Scoot right in there. What's up, guys? My name's Ian. I am a seasoned long-term traveler. Over the last 2 years, I've lived on 4 continents and 8 different countries long-term, and my goal here is to help you get the most out of your travel experience. Today, I want to talk about 3 books that I found to be very valuable when it comes to long-term travel. We have one book that cannot go without mentioning in anyone's travel section of the bookshelf, Vagabonding, by Rolf Potts. This is the old school Bible of long-term travel, especially for budget travelers. I definitely 100% recommend reading this for anyone, regardless if you've traveled yet or not. If you're planning on traveling, it's a very beneficial book to read because of the amount of sage advice. It talks about the philosophy of travel, which I think is the most beneficial research you can do before going on a big trip. Vagabonding is an attitude, a friendly interest in people, places, and things that makes a person an explorer in the truest, most vivid sense of the word. Vagabonding is not a lifestyle, nor is it a trend. It's just an uncommon way of looking at life, a value adjustment from which action naturally follows. And as much as anything, vagabonding is about time, our only real commodity, and how we choose to use it. It's really about the art of living on the road. You know, you can forget the itinerary. If you don't have the right lens from which to view your travel experience, you could be wasting your time. This book is going to help you acquire the right lens. It tells the truth about the accessibility of travel, how you don't need a load of money to get out there. Mostly, you need what you already have, and that's curiosity, time, and the spirit of adventure, the call of the open road. If that's not something that you're into, then maybe you're on the wrong channel right now. Go find some other videos to watch. Actually, this is one of the books that I've given away the most over the years as well. I've given this to several friends, people who have aspired to be on the road. So if you're thinking about traveling, then definitely pick up a copy of this, Vagabonding. Do a little pre-trip studying. Number 2, Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. This is on Japanese minimalism and on minimalist living. This is a really good book to read if you have a lot of things that you've collected. If you're planning on hitting the road, this book will not only help you identify what is important to bring with you, but also what's important to leave behind. Ask yourself which of your items would truly be necessary if you were to start with 0 belongings. What if everything you owned was stolen? What if you had to move next week? Which items would you take with you? There are probably a lot of things we have sitting around our homes for no particular reason. Think about starting from scratch and it'll become clear which items are essential. This book helped me with letting go of a lot of excess things in my life that were anchoring me down. You don't have to be as extreme as we were. We left to go travel a year and a half ago, long term, with no set return date. Sold pretty much everything we had. Gave up our apartment. My girlfriend and I bought one-way tickets to Spain, and the rest is history. Now we're in between, in transit, back in the United States, planning our next big trip. I didn't want to have to pay to keep an apartment because then we'd be paying double rent. We'd be paying for an apartment in the United States and paying for an apartment wherever else we were going. Even if we weren't paying for an apartment, we would have to pay for a storage unit, which can cost as much as an apartment somewhere else in the world. Freeing yourself from the objects in your life that don't add any value can allow you the time, the space to get out there and have experiences, which is going to be way more valuable than anything that you could possibly own. You can sell some of these things. They can pay for tickets and stays and excursions and experiences that you'll never forget. Before we went, I had a Eames lounge replica. I loved it, but I had to get rid of it. I sold it for a couple $100, and it paid for my ticket to Spain. I converted something I wasn't using that would have cost me money to keep around, and I turned it into an experience. It's a win-win. Save money on storage, make money for travel. Can't lose. Number 3, The Pathless Path. This is by Paul Millard. This is a tongue twister. The Pathless Path by Paul Millard. Imagining a new story for work and life. This book I actually just read last week. I thought it was great. I have lots of post-it notes in here of quotes and valuable pieces of advice about navigating your way through uncertainty in the digital age while you're attempting to make something for yourself on the internet. If you are here watching this, you're watching a bit of my pathless path. Freelancing, digital nomads, internet entrepreneurs, or just someone who isn't happy with their work currently, isn't fulfilled, and feel like they're not adding value to the world, this is a great book for you as well, because you're going to be able to spark some inspiration into the options that you may have and how we don't all have to follow this default path of go to college, get a job right away, work that for 40 to 50 years. This guy who wrote this book, he had done everything right. He went to school, got good grades, got the internship, got into MIT, became a successful consultant for CEOs in New York City, was making tons of money, but he got really sick at one point and he realized that he wasn't happy and didn't give a shit about what he was doing at work. And he took some time to go travel, figure things out for himself, and freelance, and how it can be scary and uncertain, but it can be immensely more satisfying than the default path that he was on. This is what the Pathless Path is all about. It's having the courage to walk away from an identity that seems to make sense in the context of the default path in order to aspire towards things you don't understand. It's to experiment in new ways, to remix your own path, to develop your own personal definition of freedom, and to dare to have faith that it'll be okay, no matter how much skepticism, insecurity, or fear you face. I'd like to say there isn't anything wrong with the default path, but you may feel that it's not right for you. And if you feel that way, then consider subscribing for more book recommendations on long-term travel and digital nomad things. And eventually, I'd like to talk about the finance of travel and how you can afford travel if you so choose as well. I think that's it for me. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, I'd like to hear from you down in the comments. And I guess that I will see you in the next one. All right. Peace.